Hello and welcome to the Laravel News Quick Tip of the Day. A few weeks ago, somebody mentioned me on Twitter and said, how do I make the featured images for the Laravel News website? So I wanted to make a video just showing the quick way of how I actually create those. If you're not familiar, let me open up Chrome with the site. And these are the featured images, down through here. And I've tried to keep them all uniform. They're all a specified size, and if I'm not mistaken, the size is 2200. Wow, that went bad. Yes, 2200 by 1125 pixels, and that is double the size that's needed for the Retina screen. But what I wanted to do is just go through how I actually create these and, just a little simple workflow I have in place. So to start with, let's take an example. Here's one called the Laravel collection tap method. And some of these posts, it's really hard to come up with images. You can't really go to a stock photo website and find something that will fit perfectly in with whatever coding topic you're covering. So what I've been doing there is kind of falling back onto little icons or something else that kind of would make some sense. So if we take that one, what I do for some of those is open up Sketch and then create a new document, and I have an artboard. You hit A to open the artboard here, and then I have one called Site. And let me zoom out, and then that gives me the size and everything I need. So from here, what I do is just create a rectangle, the same size, remove the borders, and select some kind of color that I think would look good. I usually just try to mix it up, that way they're not all the same color all the time. So for this one, we'll go with the little bluish tint here. And then for icons, I just have the subscription to the Noun project, and I can search for different things like tap. And we can see it kind of gives me a bunch of faucets and the hand pushing the button, they're tapping on the screen. So for that example, I like the faucet, so I'm gonna find one that looks kind of neat and just drag it over. Blow it up pretty big, center it, and then I'll take this, and instead of a normal fill, I will do a little radial here, and let's change the black to a blue, and drag this down to the center, drag this in somewhere like that, and then if I can figure out how to cancel that. And then you just click Site, make exportable, export it. And what I do here is I have on my desktop, I have a special folder. Let me find my desktop here called LN Images. And if I post it in there, if I save it in there, I have a Hazel workflow. And what Hazel does is it'll automatically do things for you. So let me just show you real fast. So anytime an image appears in this LN Images folder, it will run an optimize image command. And what that does is it just runs it through image optim, and that kind of compresses it down and makes it uniform. Let me minimize this down, and you can see it's running now. It's already saved 53%, and that will continue running for a while. The other way I create images is through Photoshop. I have a few templates set up. Example, abstract, GitHub screenshots. There is another one called UI screenshots and websites, but we'll just take a GitHub one as an example. And what this has is I don't forget what this is actually called, but you double click it and it opens up the .psb. And from here, you can kind of see where I've pasted in different things over the years. But basically, you just put one in, hit save, and then go back over to your other one, and it automatically updates. And what's nice here, this was actually created by the designers who did the site, Zangle. They supplied these for me, so that way I can kind of make everything uniform and everything look nice. And then another recent one is the UI screenshots and websites, which is basically the same type of setup. And then for the background, what I do is the color overlay and basically just try to pick something within the image that would probably look nice. Let's see what, that's kind of too bright, but you can, and then that would be too dark. Let's try this purple, and that looks good enough. So that's basically the two ways that I create images for the Laravel News website. It's fairly fast, and one trick that is helpful is when you, like, let me go to GitHub. Is when you're taking screenshots on the Mac, you can hit Control-Shift-Command-4. And what that does is when you take your screenshot, it puts it on the clipboard instead of actually saving the file. So then you can just paste it in. And then hit Command-T to transform and resize it. And basically I just want to get it to all fit within this screen if I can. Yeah, something like that. Hit enter and then save, and then switch back over, and you can see it automatically fills it. Same thing, I do the color overlay. I'll pick a color that looks nice. Sometimes it's hard to do. That one's kind of cool. I like the kind of muted colors. And then the same way, I just file and export it. Quick export as PNG and put it in that same folder, laravel.png, and then it'll automatically pass it over to Image Optim and optimize it, and then it's ready to be uploaded to WordPress. And that is it. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you have any questions about how Laravel News is set up or any other thing like that, I'm happy to cover them. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.